What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh?
No,
you ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you tried to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
What was the worst moment of your teenage years?
My worst moment of my teenage years was probably being locked up.
It's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So
Is this real life?
Yes, this is real life.
I feel crazy.
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn and everyone, telling me they love me.
More names are getting pulled into Diddy D's wild drama. This time, it's none other than Justin Bieber. But let's keep it real. This isn't the first time Justin's name has been linked to Diddy. Ever since the whole Cassie lawsuit exploded, people have been side-eyeing Diddy's relationships with young artists. And guess who's been right in the middle of that conversation? Yep, Justin. Some folks are saying Justin might have been one of those artists Diddy tried to control early on. Now, old clips from back in the day are flooding the internet. People are analyzing every single second, trying to piece together what really went down. And while fans are practically begging Justin to speak up and set the record straight, he's been staying completely silent, even as the rumors spiral like crazy online. But here's the twist. It looks like Hailey Bieber isn't here for the drama without clapping back. That's right, Hailey just stepped into the spotlight and dropped her own take on the situation. According to new reports, she's speaking out about the dark rumors circling Diddy and what may have happened between him and Justin. And trust, what she's allegedly revealing is turning heads all over social media. The whispers started years ago, when people first noticed how tight Diddy and Justin were during Justin's early career. A lot of it sounded wild at the time, but now it's all hitting different.
The attorney revealed that freak-off tapes filmed at Diddy's Atlanta home are being shopped around Hollywood, one of them featuring Justin Bieber and Jaden Smith.
People are digging into Justin's past ties with Diddy, and it's raising major questions. Let's not forget, Diddy has always had a way of keeping things quiet behind closed doors. But now, with everything that's come out, people are rewatching those old moments through a whole new lens, and what they're seeing, straight up chilling. Back when Justin was still a teen heartthrob taking over the charts, Diddy stepped in as a so-called mentor. But when that mentor is Diddy, guidance hits way different. People are now side-eyeing that entire situation because what looked like a celeb connection might have actually been something way darker behind the scenes. So let's get into it. What really went down when Justin was handed over to Puff for guidance? Allegedly, it wasn't just about music or fame. Some say it was all part of a bigger plan. And what was really brewing in the background were stories of manipulation, control, and even straight-up abuse. The internet's buzzing with claims that Justin may have been one of the young stars caught up in it all. And the craziest part? There were signs. But back then, no one wanted to believe it. Diddy had the charm, the fame, the power. He knew how to keep things squeaky clean in public. But now that the truth is cracking through, it's clear something way more disturbing might have been happening under the surface. This makes Justin's past look a whole lot more complicated than we ever realized.
Guys, the leaked video of Justin Bieber partying with P. Diddy has just emerged and it looks horrifying.
And now everyone's asking, how does Hailey Bieber fit into this tangled mess? Why is she suddenly speaking out now after all these years of silence? Well, to get the full picture, we've got to rewind a little. The timeline matters. And trust. What it reveals is going to leave you shook. To really understand why Hailey's finally breaking her silence, we need to flash back to when Justin was at the peak of his teen fame, around 2010. That's where the story really starts to twist. Justin was shooting to superstardom, and let's be real, you were probably one of the millions singing along to Baby on repeat. He had the world in the palm of his hand. Fans everywhere, sold-out shows, and a glow-up that had everybody watching. But behind that fame, people in his inner circle started raising eyebrows. And one name kept popping up, Diddy. At the time, Diddy was a major heavyweight in the music game. And guess what? He didn't just support Justin from the sidelines. Nah, he pulled him close. They showed up at parties together, posed for cameras, and Diddy even showered him with flashy gifts. At first, it looked like your typical industry mentorship. Just a rich, powerful mogul looking out for a rising star. But now, that whole vibe is getting re-examined. Fans are digging up old photos, videos, and stories, and the energy around Diddy's generosity is feeling way off. People are asking, why was a teen like Justin spending so much private time with a grown man known for his wild parties and controversial rep? Like, where were the boundaries? And that's when the whispers turned into full-blown speculation. Some folks started thinking Diddy wasn't just playing mentor. They believed something way darker could have been happening. Talk of inappropriate behavior started to surface, and now fans are wondering if Justin might have been manipulated when he was still figuring out the industry. And then there's that wild detail, Diddy's so-called flavor camp. Yep, you heard that right. It was a thing. Usher even talked about it. And remember, Usher's the one who helped launch Justin's career. He thought it was totally fine for young artists like Justin to hang out at this camp with Diddy.
And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Dad, now, would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
See?
But knowing what we know now, people are seriously questioning that decision. So get this, when Usher was asked if he'd let his own kids go to Diddy's so-called flavor camp, he straight up said no. But somehow, he still thought it was cool for young Justin to be around Diddy all the time. Yeah, that didn't age well at all, and now the internet is finally catching up to all those red flags that got ignored for years. For the longest time, these rumors were laughed off or brushed under the rug. But now, Hailey Bieber's recent moves are making people take another look, and it's not looking good. With just a few words and one post, she might have just confirmed what fans have been whispering about for years, that Justin's rise to fame had a dark side, and Diddy might have been part of that twisted story. Allegedly, of course. Fans are connecting the dots like detectives, scrolling back through old interviews, photos, and timelines. And honestly, it's no surprise. People are curious, but they're also worried. What really happened behind the scenes when Justin was just a kid trying to survive the industry? Now, Hailey's never been one to feed drama. She's stayed solid through all of Justin's ups and downs, his mental health battles, the media pressure, and even the roller coaster of fame and marriage. But when it comes to protecting her man, she does not play. In a recent Instagram post that went viral almost instantly, Hailey shared something cryptic, but powerful. The post didn't drop any names, but the timing couldn't have been more suspicious. Just as new allegations about Diddy and Justin's past were exploding online, Hailey posted a pic of Justin flipping the middle fingers with one single caption, mood. No mention of Diddy, no details. But that one word and that picture spoke volumes. Fans instantly read between the lines and took it as Hailey finally saying something loud and clear. And now, everyone's trying to figure out what she really meant and what it reveals about Justin's past with Diddy. So, is Hailey low-key confirming that something shady went down between Justin and Diddy? Nobody can say for sure, but let's be real. She's definitely trying to send a message. And no, this isn't some random post with bad timing. The vibes are way too suspicious for this to be just a coincidence. People are talking, timelines are being dissected, and all eyes are back on Justin. That one post from Hailey set off a storm. And the way things are lining up, it's got fans thinking she might be throwing indirect shade at Diddy, and everyone's still trying to tie Justin's name to him. For Justin, this isn't just tabloid drama. This hits deep. He's been super open about the struggles he's faced since blowing up at such a young age, mental health battles, addiction, depression, all of it. And now people are asking, did his early connection to Diddy play a part in all of that? That's why Hailey's decision to speak, no matter how subtle, feels like a big deal. She's always had Justin's back, but now it looks like she's done staying quiet. This isn't about gossip anymore. It's about protecting her man and finally shining a light on the parts of his past that still haunt him. She's stepping up in a major way, and of course, the internet exploded. Social media lit up with reactions. Some folks were cheering Hailey on for standing by her husband, while others wondered why it took so long for her to say something. But one thing's clear, Hailey Bieber isn't here to play games anymore. She's making it known, loud and clear, that she's ready to call out the mess, and maybe even the people who helped create it. One fan said it loud and clear, "Good on Hailey. She's in full protective mode when it comes to Justin." Another added, "Whatever's going on between them, one thing's for sure. Hailey's got his back 110%. And just like that, the internet split down the middle. Some folks are hyping her up for being bold and standing by her man. But not everyone's clapping. Others are asking, why now? Why is all this coming out just recently? Was there pressure from behind the scenes to keep it quiet all these years? Or was it something so personal that Justin and Hailey felt like they had no choice but to handle it behind closed doors? Now that the pot's been stirred, people want answers. Will Hailey keep dropping clues or actually speak up directly? Will Justin finally break his silence and tell his side of what really went down back then? And the big question, will Diddy step up and say anything about the rumors or just keep dodging like he always does? Right now, it's all speculation. But let's be honest, this story's heating up fast and it's not cooling off anytime soon. Whatever comes next, it's gonna be messy and the world's watching every move. But here's where things get even wilder. People are now digging into Diddy's past with other young artists, and the pattern is starting to look real suspicious. Fans are comparing Justin's situation to stories from others who were once in Diddy's inner circle. And let's just say the dots are connecting way too well. Old interviews, clips, and behind-the-scenes footage are resurfacing, and viewers are spotting things they didn't notice the first time around. The body language, the awkward moments, the weird mentorship vibes, it's all looking sketchy in hindsight, and guess who else is getting dragged into this digital deep dive? Usher. Because let's not forget, he brought Justin to the spotlight and co-signed his time with Diddy. Now fans are even questioning whether Usher knew more than he let on. Did he see something and just look the other way? Or was he being manipulated too? It's hard to say, but people online are starting to ask the tough questions. Meanwhile, Diddy still radio silent. No statements, no denials, nothing. And in the world of celebrity drama, silence speaks volumes. Even bigger influencers are starting to chime in. Some are calling for a full investigation. Others are warning fans not to jump to conclusions. But with every passing day, more layers are being peeled back, and every new detail just adds more fuel to the chaos. What's clear is this: something strange was going on behind the scenes. And now that people are paying attention, the pressure is on. How much longer can the truth stay buried? If Hailey's recent moves are any clue, this story is far from over. The way she's been posting, the timing, the silence being broken, something big might be coming. Fans are already bracing for more receipts to drop, and honestly, the next few weeks could bring some serious bombshells. Whatever went down between Justin and Diddy back in the day, it's not just fading into the background. This drama's got layers, and it feels like we're just scratching the surface. With the internet digging nonstop, people connecting clues like it's a true crime case, and even other celebs staying oddly quiet, it's clear there's more to this than just messy gossip. Hailey stepping into the spotlight like this, that's no accident. It's personal. She's sending a message. And depending on how the industry responds, this could shift a whole narrative that's been buried for years. So don't sleep on this, because the next twist might drop when you least expect it. You already know we'll be right here, breaking it down as it unfolds. If you've been following the drama, hit that like button, share this with someone who needs the tea, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And tell us in the comments, do you think this is just another round of Hollywood chaos, or is something real finally being exposed? Are people finally ready to talk? Stay locked in. We'll see you in the next one.